and welcome to Kayla's World. I'm Kayla Canoe, aspiring author, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a wrap-up and update and planning for the future. So for this month, if you guys watched my previous videos, you know that I was doing my own March Madness challenge. So this is going to be a little bit of a wrap-up of that. So my challenge was to write 500 words a day every day in the month of March. My first week went really well. My second week didn't go so great. And I didn't do an update for the last week. I didn't do an update for the third week. Because what ended up happening is, due to this whole virus situation, I ended up, the gym that I work at closed, and so I was home all day, every day. So I was obviously writing a lot more than 500 words a day at that point because I had more time to write. So the last 2 weeks of March, and we'll go ahead and say that I've ended my challenge, even though there's a couple of days left. I wrote a total of 24,159 words for the month of March, which is, let's see, let me average that out. How many, let me get my calculator out real quick. That would be, how many days are there in March? 30, 31, 30? 30. It's like 800 and something words a day. So I definitely hit that 500 words a day goal, even though I did not write every day and I had a really bad week, but yes. Along those lines, I will say that I did finish the second draft of my first novel in my Intertwined series, and I actually just got the word count for that novel today. I have never looked at it in a whole, as like a whole total of word count. So basically, when I wrote this novel, I was writing each chapter in its own separate Word document. So I would have the totals for each chapter that I would see, but I never had like a running total for the whole novel. So I actually, the whole way through, didn't really know how long the whole novel was. It was more about, telling the story versus like how many words were in the specific story. But I did convert all of those separate documents into one Google document so that I could share it with people so they could beta read it for me. And it was just over 100K words. So it was like 100,472 words is the current length of my novel. So I might have to shorten it. I don't know. My goal was to be somewhere, I think, between 60K and 100K as far as like my genre goes. It is a fantasy novel, so I think it's okay for it to be a little bit longer. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy. It feels more like a whole book now versus my first draft was only like 50,000 words, so it's doubled in size basically. So I'm very excited to have that done, to have gotten through that completely, because it is what I worked on for NaNoWriMo this past year. So I did write 50K words towards it in November, and I basically just had the third act and a little bit of the second act left to write after NaNoWriMo, and I kind of wasted some time for a couple months, and that's why I did that March Madness challenge, because I needed to remotivate myself, because this year didn't start off very motivational, I guess. I burnt myself out in November and took some downtime there. But now I have more time to do it, so not getting burnt out. Yay. But yeah. So that's that. That's my March Madness, and my draft 2 is finished. So I will be reading through that, and I will video some of that for you guys, because I think that'll be fun. The next thing that I wanted to share with you guys is my plans for the future. So this coming month for April is Camp NaNoWriMo. This year I decided to up my goal. So last year I participated in the Camp NaNoWriMo that was in July, and that was when I replotted my novel, which then I wrote my second draft off of that replot. So this year my goal is to spend 2 hours a day working on plotting the next 2 novels in my series, because the 2 books overlap go together in that way. They may end up being one book, just depends on how long it gets. But they're probably going to end up having to be 2 books. But yeah, so for April, my plan is to plot out those 2 books, in which case I'm probably going to have to buy some more of these boards back here, because I don't necessarily want to take the information off these boards because that's for the first book, and I might need to reference that while I'm writing the next several books in the series, so that wall might be getting a little bit fuller here soon. But yeah, so that is my plans for NaNoWriMo. 2 hours a day. I don't remember what the total number of hours is. I put it online if you guys want to check it out. I got it on the NaNoWriMo site. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with my writing. It is a dark fantasy novel. I am currently looking for beta readers, so if you are interested in getting your hands on my book and helping me make it better by giving me feedback, you can message me, leave a comment below, we can get in touch. Otherwise, that's really it. That's all I have for you guys today. If you guys like these types of videos, let me know by commenting below, giving me a thumbs up, or subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed your time here in Kayla's world.